But anytime life hits stronger, he buckles up harder. His drive is infectious. Meet him, and you know that his humility is out of this world. An astute gentleman whose passion has saved many lives in and around the country. And his business has evolved from a sales outlet to a pharmaceutical giant. Not just in Ghana, but in Africa. There's more to be told. Tonight is an exclusive interview, the first of many, with the owner, CEO, chairman of a company that has a great office complex, warehouse facilities, and a manufacturing plant. Respected Ghanaian CEO, and he's earned the accolade Ernest Man of the Year, also one-time CIMG Marketing Man of the Year, a judge, winner of the Company of the Year, Retailer of the Year, Manufacturing Company of the Year, Excellence in Customer Service, and Brand of the Year at the just ended 2019 Ghana Farmer Awards. Proudly Ghanaian. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, our guest is the Chief Executive Officer of the pharmaceutical giants, Ernest Chemist. Ernest Sampon is our guest. Good evening, Ernest, and you most welcome.
Thank you.
Wow. And that's all I can see. Already on Facebook, the messages for you before the interview is overwhelming.
Thank you.
We say congratulations.
Thank you.
Ayiko.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ernest Chemist.
Thank you.
And it's instructive. For the first time, we're sending a signal, and a strong one, that we're doing a generational business. So the CEO and chairman of Ernest Chemist came along with his son. Yeah, you're most welcome.
Thank you, Bola.
Wow. So Dad will be handing over the baton officially here in the studios. Yes. And it's an exclusive one. It's inspiring to have you around to support your daddy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Tonight we'll share the story exclusively on Star FM. We're not just here in a crowd with Star FM. We're live in Kumasi on Ultimate FM. We're also live in Takrady on Empire FM. We're live in Ho, yes, on Cool 103.5 FM. And we are live around the world on starfm.com.gh and also on Facebook Live. So many of you sending messages on Facebook. You're watching Ernest Sampon, Ernest Chemist, live in the studios right here on 103.5 FM. How's your day been, Ernest?
As usual, I start the day early in the morning around 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. Call some of my suppliers outside the country. From there, I called the supervisors of the branches, my bankers, till by 5 o'clock when I get to the office.
Wow.
So it's normally quite a tight day.
So where do you start from? Normally, where do you start everything from?
Yes.
When you say you get to the office at 5, does that mean that you go around the other branches before you settle down at head office?
No, as you are aware, I'm agent. So I'm taking life a bit easy.
Yes.
I stay at home and get to the office after 5 o'clock.
Wow. So you call your suppliers and the branches religiously. Every day you have to check on them.
It's the routine. Wow. Just to make them aware that I'm watching from behind.
Wow, that is instructive. And like you mentioned, that's discipline.
Exactly.
Interesting. But tell us, as CEO, do you report every day? You just told us that you get to the office by 5 p.m. When many are closing, Ernest Chemist is now getting to work.
No, I think I delegate a lot. We've got very good managers. And then my kids are around to help with the business.
Yes, so you have all your kids in the business?
Certainly.
Was it a deliberate thing, or they took after you, or was a conscious effort that?
It was a conscious effort, because at the end of the day, they must master the business. So I remember years back when they returned from UK, I made sure that immediately I got them into the business.
Wow. How are you able to do this, Ernest Chemist? Because for many, we know Ghana, they say, well, it's a first generation business, and after that it dies off. And that has been, we have living examples, we have people that we can point to and say, well, after the dad, the business will just fizzle out. You've been able to hand over the baton to the next generation. How are you able to do that? And it's like we're in the university, lecture room. Walk us through the practical steps.
As you may know, most of my kids studied outside, and they always came home for the holidays. I sat them down and let them know what I'd gone through and tell them, look, one day I may not be around, and it's their business, so it's up to them. You know, and whenever they were down in those days, they will visit the shop, and then I realized that they showed a lot of interest in the business, and that was very positive for me.
Wow. You are a pharmacist. Now you've evolved the business. It's not just a pharmacy. Now, like we said, we're opening up, you know, great shops, and it's catering, you know, to a lot of communities. Any of your children taking after you, or they just love business, they study something else, but they feel and they know that they have the acumen to manage the business?
Actually, most of them are in management. Because at the end of the day, you know, I think it's very important that they really understand the management of the business. Because you realize that most companies die off when the founders, or the whoever is no more. You know, so the management aspect of the business is very, very, very important. Yeah.
And you got it right. We'll come to the number of kids and, you know, how they are in the business. But tell us the story. How did it start? Ernest Chemist. Where did the idea come from? When did you start? How?
Yeah, Bola, it's not been that rosy. It's not been that easy. You know, as far back as maybe somewhere in the 60s, you know, as part of a training culture. Normally, the weekends or holidays, our parents will give you things like paper bag or whatever. Those days, you have the APC. You know, but my dad was in the pharmacy business, so we'll take them around, you know, to try our hands on that. And I realized that there was a potential in me.
So you used to hawk?
Definitely.
Yeah, you did that?
Yes. Yes. I used to, you know, by the roadside.
By the roadside? You paid your dues?
Definitely.
And you realized that there was potential, there was money in it. How old were you then?
I think I was by then in the primary school. That was about 66. You know,
okay.
Yeah, about 66. You know, but it was part of the training culture. That look, go out, try your hands.
Wow.
Yes.
And you realized that, well, this is it.
Yeah.
I want to sell medicine. I read a magazine where you were described as, you know, a drug dealer.
Yeah, that was so many years
ago. Exactly. So where were you hawking? Where? Which part of town?
I remember those days we were hawking around the Opera
Square.
Yeah, Opera Square, where I think near a Tramani shop. Yes. Okay. Yes. At the same time, we'll go to Tudu and those areas. I remember we could go to Nima, you know, the market area and all those things. Yes.
And sell.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting. So, how do you feel when you see hawkers on the street now, Ernest?
You know, sometimes I call them, look, try what you're doing. Be very serious, but at the same time, don't joke with your books. Don't joke with your books.
So you sometimes stop in traffic and counsel them and talk to them?
Yes, I do that.
Ever seen potential in some of them, like they are in school and they are hawking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we'll get into all of that, but you're still on the story. So you started with that, you were hawking, and then what?
Yeah, okay. I had my primary school education at those days. It was called the Government School or Liberty Avenue School. From there, I went to Cambridge Boys Middle School.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Then to Adisado College.
You went to Adisado College?
Sure.
Wow.
You know,
Santa Clausian.
By all means. But I was still doing some hawking until I got to Form 2, Form 3.
At Adisado College, you were still hawking?
A bit. I got to Form 2, Form 3. I said, no way. No, this is a dead about school. I wouldn't continue doing this.
Oh, so you had to halt hawking?
Yes, yes.
Or you stopped completely?
Completely.
When you got to Form 2?
Yeah, Form 2, Form 3. Yeah.
Wow. But tell us, at the time that you were hawking, were you shy? I mean, was it necessity? Was it?
Not really. As I said earlier on, you know,
part of the culture.
Exactly. You know, I get a lot of entrepreneurial skills along those days.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah. But at the saddle, made you stop hawking.
Yeah, you know.
Well, you felt like a dada, but
no, I was not dada,
but you felt like one.
No, I mean, the midst of dada bus.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I think it wasn't proper, you know, to continue doing that.
At the saddle college, you entered which year?
It's 69.
69. Yes. And I remember, was it your 100th anniversary that you were actually the guest, you know, of honor? Which anniversary was that?
Yeah, I'll be with a guest speaker.
Guest speaker.
Yeah, only this year.
This year?
Yeah, this
year. Wow. We'll talk some more about that. But at the Saddle College, walk us through some fond memories. Which house were you in?
I was in Night House.
What house?
Night House.
Night House. Okay. So what is the motto at the Saddle?
Okay, the school old, I'll say, stand and stand up to the honor. Those who have good the school without fame.
Okay, I think that you want to sing the maybe that's the school old, but the anthem, you want to sing it for us? You want to attempt it?
The saddle on the hill where Primus welcome Primus.
Santa Claus, yes.
Oh, great. Please.
But you have a good voice. Do you sing?
Not really.
I
mean, I was into music when I think it was about Form 3 or Form 4 when I was part of the school orchestra.
Oh, so what kind of music were you singing back then?
When I wasn't singing, I was playing the violin.
Oh, you used to play the violin, or you still play?
And I enjoyed playing the violin.
But I decided to taught you that, right?
Yes.
You learned that.
Yeah.
Share with us some fond memories at Adisado College.
You know, I remember there was let's see, a fight was arranged between a classmate of mine called Gorman or Ankara, and then we have this gentleman Rollins. I mean, I would say a boxing tournament when I mean these guys were meant to fight. You know, it was a great night at the Canterbury Hall.
Wow. Yes. And this was what, in the 70s?
Yeah, it was in the 70s.
In the 70s. You had a nickname back at Adisado College?
Yeah, I was called Guy Man.
Guy Man. What informed that?
Honestly.
You didn't ask? You didn't bother to know why you were called Guy Man? You sure about that?
Sure, I am.
Guy Man. Adisado, your ladies are?
St. Monica's.
St. Monica's. Adisado?
Yeah.
Or back then it was St. Monica's?
No. St. Monica's an Anglican school.
Yeah. So those were officially your girls. So I think now it's changed, right?
I've left the so many years ago. So I don't know.
So did you have a girlfriend at St. Monica's?
No.
Your girlfriend was where?
No, I wasn't into those things.
To what form?
No, seriously, I wasn't into those things. I was a very serious student.
Yeah, but you can be a serious student. You didn't have a girlfriend, or you had an ex-ter. The person was outside campus.
Not really.
So you had your first girlfriend at what age?
I really don't remember.
Oh wow! You sure about that, Ernest?
Yeah.
Age 16 or 17?
No, I wasn't into those things.
Till what age?
Maybe upper 6 or whatever. Not very sure.
Upper 6, you had your first girlfriend. She was where? She was where?
Let's continue the program.
Oh no, I'm just reliving those moments. So I want to know. So upper 6, you had that already?
Yeah, but you know, like as I said earlier on, I was very serious with my books. I wasn't really into those things.
Were you a very good student?
Yeah, I was a very good one.
So speech and prize giving day, your name will be mentioned?
Actually, A-levels, I topped.
Oh, you topped the A-levels? What do you study in sixth form?
Yeah,
physics, chemistry, maths?
Yeah.
Wow. Bright boy. So you topped what? The whole Adisado?
Yeah, the whole Adisado.
Good to know. Yeah, you know that about your dad? He always tells you that?
He always tells us that.
Wow. Physics, chemistry, maths. And then it opened the door for you to go to KNUST.
Yeah.
Which hall?
Unity Hall.
Unity Hall. Okay, they're famous. All right then. So at Unity Hall, walk us through as a pharmacy student. Back then, that should be what, late 70s or early 80s?
Actually, I was briefly at the medical school.
Medical school. You were briefly at the medical school. Okay. And then
went to the pharmacy school.
The pharmacy school.
Yeah,
okay.
At Tech.
At Tech. So shape that for us. At pharmacy school, you knew that you were going to be a successful pharmacist, or getting into pharmaceuticals, right?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I've been in business throughout. I mean, the latter part of my academic work, or education.
Right.
So I was combining some business and academic work.
At what time did the name Ernest Chemist come to you? How did it happen? I mean, you chose it and it was divine.
I mean, I'm Ernest, and I mean, the best name to give to a business by then was Ernest Chemist.
But I'm saying that what informed that? Yes, you are Ernest and all of that, but you believed in that brand that...
Exactly. I really believed in that.
Right. So what inspired that Ernest Chemist journey?
I was importing when I was in the pharmacy school, as I said, and I really look, I'm gifted in that area of business. So immediately after school, while I was doing my national service, I opened my first pharmacy business at Kaneshi.
At Kaneshi?
Yeah.
You did open your first pharmacy?
Yes, at Kaneshi.
Okay.
From there, after service, I had a wholesale outlet at Okaishi.
You must have been in your 20s then, right?
No.
Service or...
Let's see.
20 something.
Yeah,
that's after
late 20s.
Late 20s.
So I have to do some working, but I had my second wholesale pharmacy at Okaishi. Then started expanding the business.
Right.
Yes.
So walk us through. You were importing drugs.
Yeah.
At what time did you decide to manufacture drugs here in Ghana?
Okay, somewhere in 1998, there was a hiccup in the economy when the cedi depreciated against the foreign currencies. That is, the cedi dropped from 2,000 cedis to a dollar to about 4,000 cedi to a dollar. I was mainly by then importing from the multinational companies. So I realized that, look, most of these products were ethical products were quite expensive. So I realized that, okay, this depreciation didn't match with wages or salary. So I thought it was that, look, if we remain as an importing company, we stand no chance. So we did a backward integration and then went into manufacturing.
Wow.
So come, I think 2001, we started production.
Right here in Ghana. Are you the first indigenous company to go into?
No.
There were some.
There were some other companies.
Okay, but it was a bold decision, like you said. You had to do a backward integration and really do some introspection and know that, well, I have to manufacture here.
Yeah.
Was that your first major breakthrough, you should say? I know there have been several breakthroughs, but for you, was that a major one? That
that was the first major breakthrough, because that sort of investment was quite big.
Wow.
So we took a very big risk, but it's worked out.
It's worked out.
Yeah.
Talking about risk, how did you get your capital to get into importation of drugs? Do you get help from family members? Do you go for a bank loan? Walk us through this.
Actually, we started with no capital.
You started with no capital?
We started with no capital, yes. We're doing some petty trading. I'll give you a typical example. I mean, by then, we're about 2 to 3 guys at our daddy's shop, you know, especially on holidays. I remember what we were doing those days was, I mean, someone comes in, he wants a particular product, you know, and if our dad never had it, you know, we delayed, one of us delayed the customer or whatever, dashed to the next shop, you know, and bought at a good price, added some few CDs.
So you made a decent profit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but I remember around 79, you know, when Rollins came around, the revolution, prices were quite, depressed. You know, so we took advantage of the system, like it was called the Kalabuli era, where one could buy for about 100 CDs and sell for about 1,000 CDs.
Is that where you made your first million?
I never made. I mean, they were interesting
times.
I mean, yes, they want. What I did was, though I was a student, I would go around areas like Nima, Newtown. Those days it was called Lagos Town. You know, I mean, buy from some of these shops. Buy from some of these shops. You know, some of the pharmacies. Because the business was mainly centered around Okaishi. You know, and the Kumasi business guys or the traders were coming to Okaishi to buy.
Okay.
So around the peripheral areas of Accra, the shops, those shops, couldn't sell much because the Kumasi traders were not going there.
Okay.
So what I did was, you know, I understood the business by then. What I did was, go to these guys, buy at a cheaper price, you know, come over to Okaishi to sell. And I never used my real name.
What name did you use?
Kofi Entry. Because my dad was already in the business.
In the business, okay.
So for you not to keep to them that look.
That is Bediako's son.
Yes. So that's why.
So you used Kofi Entry.
Kofi Entry.
True businessman. Did you at a point lose money? You didn't go out there to borrow. You were making some decent profits and plowing it back into the business.
Sure.
Did you at any point have you lost? I know that yes, but the early stages.
Yes. Actually, I lost very big money somewhere around 79, 80.
How big?
No. It was big. That's all. Very big. Very big.
How did you handle that? I mean, the loss of such huge amounts, and still you were able to stand on your feet.
What I've always said that normally, if you encounter such an impediment or obstacle or whatever, it's not the end of the world. You know that. You know, I've always been confident whatever I do.
Right.
And I knew that look, I would definitely overcome that. You know, it really affected me.
It did?
Yes, it really affected me. But I said that wasn't the end of the world. I was able to overcome that situation.
Why did somebody run away with your money?
What happened was I wasn't having a company by then, so I had to use someone's listen, and I lost the money.
Wow. Anyway, so you don't want us to go into the amount and all that, but that is fine. But let's look at the industry here in Ghana. How's it faring?
I think it's a very competitive industry, and I also think that there are a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
You know, the system is not yet saturated. That's how I see it.
It is not.
No. That's how I see it.
Do you think there's enough room for a lot of players to come in?
Yes. You know, it should be entrepreneurial to be able to see this.
Interesting, because some lots of messages are coming in. I'll encourage our listeners to also send in some more. 0268 900 980. We're getting loads on Facebook, but you can join us on WhatsApp as well. 0268 900 980. It's our WhatsApp line. Our guest is the famous Ernest Chemist. Yes, Ernest Bediako Sampon, CEO of Ernest Chemist, is right here with us. Yes, the chairman of the group, and it's an interesting discussion with your messages coming in. And this one is from Araba in Tesano. wants to know from you that what is happening with the expansion of Ernest Chemist. There's a pharmacy in every community, and I seem to love that. He should actually see the president do one district, one pharmacy. So tell us about the expansion project. And many seem to, because now there's a pharmacy near you, and it's a brilliant idea.
I think that at the moment, you see, the pharmacy retail is becoming patient oriented. You know, good at this when you could just, give a product to a customer and it takes it away. No. You know, people have traveled out, they've come back. So the presentation of the product is quite important. I would say quite very important. The efficacy important, and then the ambience or the environment. You know, so that is why we've adopted that sort of style or strategy.
Wow!
Because you go to Boots,
yes,
or Superdrug,
and that's why somebody just sent. Akwesi in Sifu says that he reminds me of Boots. I moved into Ghana 2 years ago, and I must commend him for what he's doing. The atmosphere doesn't let you feel as if you're in a pharmacy, and it's a family store. That is a great one. So kudos to Ernest.
Thank you, Akwesi. Yeah.
Wow. So that is the style.
Yes.
And it's welcoming. Anyway, so we're talking about, you know, the challenges in the pharmaceutical business. What are some of the challenges for budding entrepreneurs or pharmaceutical entrepreneurs listening to us?
Yeah.
They're listening to a godfather in this business. What will you tell them?
Yeah, okay, there are quite a lot of challenges because it's quite competitive. Raising capital is quite difficult. But, you know, it's also equally important that you know exactly what you're doing in the industry. You know, for us, because of what we've gone through in the past, especially being with my dad, acquiring that sort of entrepreneurial skill, you know, it's helped us a lot. It's not only me, including my siblings, you know, realize that most of us are into pharmacy. Yes, because we've all gone through through some apprenticeship, if I should put it that way. So that has given us some sort of experience in the business.
Right. So tell us about growing up. Your family. You mentioned that your dad had, you know, a shop and all. How many kids?
We are quite a number. Actually, 50 plus.
50. Your dad had 50 children. How did you survive? Are you the firstborn?
Yes, I am.
Wow. 50 children.
Yeah, but he took care of all of us.
So what was the house set up like? How many people in a room?
I'll tell you.
Bring back memories. Yes, tell us.
I'll tell you this funny story. You know, I had this friend who was outside Accra. You know, he was a bit of Danaba. Okay. These days they call it sleepover.
Yes, they'll come and sleep over. Exactly.
So we went to visit him. Yeah, seriously, the room was roomy. It was big and roomy.
But when you went to visit him?
Yes.
Okay.
So we slept over. You know, and he was trying to get back. In other words, retaliate in quotes.
That's right.
So I was trying to discourage him not to come because it wasn't the best. It was the best. I was trying to discourage him, but he was a bit adamant. I said, if you want to come. But then we're about 4 guys in the room and 4 guys on one bed.
4 guys on one bed.
I tell you. Whoa. You know, and we had to sleep, I would say straight or whatever, because you wake someone. But you see, the guy, he came around, I think, he really enjoyed it, but he had never seen that sort of, you know. It's okay, but it's tough on us a bit.
Those were the hustling days.
I tell you, Alaju.
4 on the bed.
I tell you.
And I believe now you own a lot more rooms. That you look back and wow.
Yeah.
So you being the pace setter, how is it like with your siblings and all of that? You train them, did they understand you? Is that how it is?
Yeah, first and foremost, we're very close.
Okay.
We're very close, and as I said earlier on, most of them trained under me. What I did was we picked kids from each mother. I never bothered whether it was mother or stepmother or whatever. Yeah.
God bless you.
Yes, and then so now if you look around, we actually strong.
You dominate the pharmaceutical. So the companies are your brothers, your siblings.
Yeah, you got East Cantonment.
Oh, East Cantonment.
Yes,
pharmacy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bedita Pharmacy.
Bedita Pharmacy.
Yes. Media Mart.
Okay.
Is it Medimat?
Okay, so there's Medimat.
Yeah, Ebenezer Pharmacy or Chemist.
Ebenezer. Okay.
Yeah,
and Pure Setups.
Pure Setups. Yeah.
Ooh.
We are many.
Wow. And growing up with all of them, and you knowing that I am the first, and they have to actually walk in my steps.
Yeah.
Did it put some burden on your shoulders? I mean, what was it? How were you able to navigate that?
I think most of us grew up together, and they gave me that respect as a senior brother. So it wasn't that difficult. Wow. You know, I tell you, every year, first 31st, December, 1st January, they all come to pay homage.
Oh, so it's a ritual every 1st January.
Yes, of every year they come.
Ayiko, you've done well.
Thank you.
How does that make you feel? And it's a fulfilled life to know that you've held the hands of people to bring them out.
Yes, exactly. At least it gives me satisfaction, joy, yes, and fulfillment. Yeah.
So you started this business, you had one pharmacy. Did you build your house that early? I mean, of course, first pharmacy, you had a wholesale. What was it? At what age did you get married?
This is about 24.
Oh, 24, that early?
Yes. Yeah, about 24.
24?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you were asking me whether I had built a house. No. I realized that if I had done that, it would have locked up capital. Yeah, so I was lucky that I had a wife, who, he came from quite
a good home.
Yeah, so I purged.
So you were living with your wife
in my in-laws' house.
Oh, maybe the people then called you names or something.
I wasn't bothered. No. I knew.
Well, one day you will get better.
Yes. I wasn't bothered.
You lived there for how many years?
I think 5 years or more.
5 years
or more.
And thereafter you built your...
Yeah, I started building something for myself.
Something for yourself. How many kids do you have? Children do you have?
4.
4? Wow.
That's against...
Any reason why you didn't want to have maybe 10 or 20 or 50 like your dad?
It's not possible these days. You have to give them the best education, best comfort, and whatever.
Wow.
It's not possible these days.
Wow.
It's not easy.
We'll talk about your first breakthrough and with which product or drug. When was it that maybe you had to, like they call it, there's the generic drug and then, or maybe there's that drug and you do a generic one. Which drug did you bring onto the Ghanaian markets that, sparked it off for you?
Actually, our fastest moving product at the moment is anti-Mary grape water.
Anti-Mary grape water?
Yes,
that's your fastest moving.
Yes, because the quality super.
Star 103.5 FM.
Whoa. So anti-Mary?
Yes.
And it's locally produced?
Yes, locally produced. Package wise, super.
Why that product? When did you see that, well, this will be a big hit for me, so you went in for it? What informed that? Did you do any research? Was it by word of mouth? What was it?
I've always said that entrepreneurs are very smart. When it comes to thinking, ideas and that sort of thing, there was there's this product called Anti-Jimama. I think it's a condiment or whatever, sold in the States. And then when we were young, there was this other product called I've forgotten the name. I said, look, let me try this name.
Right.
And it's caught on very, very well. And at the same time, the product is a super product.
Super product.
Yes.
Is Ernest Chemist venturing into other countries?
Yes, at the moment we have, I would say, a sister company in Sierra Leone called Ernest Pharma. And then at the same time, we tried something in La Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, and Nigeria.
So it means that you're taking over the sub-region now. Gradually, you're getting there.
No, I mean, we're doing our best. And then you see, the positive thing is, I was very happy with this thing coming on board recently. This Africa Continental
Trade. AfCFTA.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes,
the free continental trade.
So looking at our vision, I think
it fits into that
very, very well. Very well.
We'll come and we'll talk about some CSR, projects that you're embarking on and all of that. And we'll get into the lighter side of what you like and the food. But you used to have your head office at Kwame Nkrumah Circle.
Yes.
But you moved now.
Yes, we're now at the airport.
Airport Square.
Yes.
Where exactly?
Just after, is it Stanbic Heights?
Stanbic Heights.
Yeah.
So that should be Nesta Square.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Nesta Square is where you are.
Yes.
Do you own that building?
Yes, we do.
You own the Nesta Square building?
We do.
That's a multi-million-dollar, edifice right there. How many floors? Like 7 or 8?
I think 8 floors.
Next to Stanbic Heights, Nesta Square.
Yes.
What is from the name Nesta? What is it?
I'm Ernest, and I love this name, Leicester Square.
Leicester Square in the
UK. Why don't I remove the ER and then fix it at the end?
So it's still your name, Ernest, but you played with it and you call it Nesta.
Sure.
So Nesta Square at Airport City is yours.
Yes. Thank you.
How do you come about? You bought the land. How did you get into it?
It's a long story.
The short of it is you own it.
Yeah. And we thank God for that.
Interesting. And still on the expansion, how many branches do you have now? Ernest Chemist, do you have how many branches now?
Wholesale and retail, we're looking at about 40 branches.
40 branches?
Content, yeah.
Wow. Are you in Tamale?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, so you are nationwide?
Yeah.
You're in the Volta region?
Yeah, we're in the Volta whole, to be specific, yeah.
Wow. At this point, I'll bring in your son, and he's your first, born or first son. Now, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
How does it feel to work with your dad? And, you're out there in the UK, you schooled out there. You could have said, well, let me just work with this company out there in the UK. But you believed in the dream, and you had to come down. Share with us this vision.
I mean, like you said, we have been inspired by him, and like you said, it was a deliberate effort to draft us into the business, and it goes back as far as GSS. I remember if we weren't going for maybe holiday classes, or maybe we weren't doing anything at the weekend, maybe we'll probably come over to the shop at Circle and just do some work around there. And also, when we came, it wasn't like maybe it's your dad's business, so you just sit around and fold your arms. We get to the ground, we get our hands dirty, work with the porters.
Oh, so you were with the porters, working ground
up. And it taught us value for money and respect and humility as well. So over time the passion was building, and by the time we finished university, we were ready to join the business. Yeah.
Interesting. What is it about your dad that you like?
I mean, when I look at him, apart from his entrepreneurial skills, it's also about his humility as well, and also the patience that he has as well. Because sometimes young guys like us, especially when I came from university, the energy that I had was very raw, and sometimes you think you didn't need advice from people, you could just go out and do whatever you want. But I learned a lot of patience from him, and that humility as well.
What is it that you don't like about your dad?
Well, I have to think about it. I'm scanning my brain right now. Yes.
Wow.
So far, nothing.
So
Zero.
what is the best advice that he's given you? He calls you and says to you, yeah, what?
Like I said, always be patient in life. It would always come together. Always be patient, because sometimes when you think you've put in your best and you are, or your maximum, and you are not getting the right output, sometimes you can get discouraged, and sometimes you might feel like giving up.
Right.
But sometimes you remember what he says, always be patient, and it always works out.
So there are times that you feel like giving up, but thinking about your dad will just push you to go on.
Yeah, because some of the stories he's told, he always tells us, and if you look at the things he has been through, it's probably tougher than what we are going through. So if he didn't give up, then
why should
we give up? So
with the operational expansion, what you're doing now, he said it's deliberate, getting into how difficult or challenging is that? Because now you go to East Legon, you go to North Kaneshi, or get down to Usu. cantonments.
The new factory.
The new factory is also coming up, which I'll ask you that. How tough is that?
I mean, it's tough. You know, I remember when we decided to embark on our retail expansion. I mean, we have. I mean, in Ghana, the pharmacy retail is quite developed, but what we wanted to do was to take it to another level, and some of it hadn't been done before. And we were sort of benchmarking ourselves against the greats. You talk about Boots, you talk about Walgreens and the others, and it wasn't easy to assemble and put things together. First of all, sometimes getting the location right, you know, then getting the ambience right as well. So we tried a few ones, and initially it was a bit nerve-wracking. You were like, is this thing going to work? Is it not going to work? But thankfully to God, we stuck by it, and you know, over time we started getting the results. So you know, it sort of spurred us on to expand into other areas. And at the end of the day, the drive is to make our customers happy, and you know, whenever they come to our shop.
I'm amazed. I mean, listening to father and son, and it's exclusive, and the in-depth knowledge that has really done a good job.
It has.
Which one is your flagship store? Is it East Legon?
Well, it's the Nesta branch here. Then yes, East Legon, but it's the Nesta branch is the flagship branch. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ernest, tell us about the new factory. I know in 2000 or 2001 you set up the first factory, but you're going on to set up a multi-million-dollar, almost in excess of $50 million, and you're putting it right here because you believe in Ghana. Tell us about this.
Yeah, our vision has always been to be among the top indigenous pharmaceutical companies in Africa. Now, we're not looking at the next few years or whatever, we're looking at the next 10 years. That is why we decided coming up with this project.
Huge project.
Yes,
huge one.
Yes, we believe that it's going to be competitive.
Okay.
I mean, the industry. So it's better to start now than to wait. Because the opportunities that I see now are many, and they may not be there maybe in the next.
Wow. So you are taking the lead. That's a visionary. You have the foresight.
Exactly.
Well, we'll go to the messages and loads of them. Interested. Wilson Bright says that an honor to be watching the man on Facebook Live and listening to him on radio as well. To sit at the man's feet. And that's from Wilson. Nana Isaba Abuaji says, greetings from Kumasi staff to our boss. We love you.
Thank you.
We're listening to you on all at all our branches. Isn't that great? So of all the 40 branches, yes. And Nana Isaba Abuaji sent in that one. Daniel Daku says, I respect this man. Thanks so much for celebrating him to a Bolare. Devoid of all the politics. Yes, we have hope that we have great entrepreneurs to look up to, great captain of industry, and he's quite a reserved man. I want to meet him one day. That's from Daniel Daku. Abdul Latif Manaf says, I have worked with one of his sons at one warehouse at Alaju T Junction. Okay, that must be or somebody. Roxanne Yvonne Madison says, Bola, please ask him where his son Kwesi is. So somebody wants to know, do you have, okay, so maybe not you. Nana Isaba Ebaji says, this show is nice and I don't want to miss it for anything in the world. I'm glued on 7 p.m. every Wednesday. Well, thank you. Angelo Kojofi says, I admire this man so much. Thanks so much for bringing me to the studio. Star FM, you do all. Isaac Dedume says, one of the most visionary men we have in Ghana. Kudos to you, sir. You deserve all the accolades. And great man, a pillar in the health sector in Ghana. Would you want to be Minister of Health one day? Well, he says no politics for him. Dixon Kofi Sechi says, great businessman. Kudos, Mr. Bediaku Sampon. Ike Kobna says, life well celebrated, Bolare. Thanks so much for doing this. When all is said and done, what should we remember him for? I want you to ask him. Okay, so Ike Kobna says, when all is said and done, how do you want to be remembered? As the man who did what?
I've always said that. I mean, it's always possible. Because most people think that, look, from nowhere you can't get to somewhere. It's possible because I'd come from a certain background.
Right.
I'll call it zero, and now
you're a hero.
So I mean, everybody know that it's possible.
So the youth listening to us, somebody might, maybe not just the youth, but somebody might be also very old, but feels like giving up, feel that, well, this is not achievable, it's not doable, it's not possible. What is that message that you want to send strongly to that person?
Yeah, I'll tell you of a story.
Please do.
I was in London. I was home one day when one of the siblings came.
Oh, you own a home in London? Fantastic. Life is beautiful. This is a guy who was living, with his in-laws. Which side in London? Can I rough?
When his brother came home.
Right.
Look, big bro, I'm confused. I don't know whether to do my master's or, continue with this sort of job or whatever. So I asked him, what do you want? He said, as a typical coal man, he said, money. You see, most people think that the system is saturated or there's no hope. So I asked the guy, look, please get a van.
Okay.
Come home. I'll give you products to sell and a commission.
Okay.
Now my brother's come back home. Doing extremely well.
Oh, so you got back from London, bought that van, and you gave him drugs?
Yes, and he's now doing, a very good business.
So you gave it to him on credit, sell and come and pay?
Sort of.
You're a good man.
Thank you.
You're a good man. Wow. All right, so this one is from OPK, okay, president of KNU Professionals Network. Says the youth in Kweu, we're listening to him, we salute him, we are proud of him. He's indeed a doer. And Kweu is proud of him.
Thank you.
OPK, president of the KNU Professionals Network. You actually said Kweu Professionals Network, so that is it. So Kweu Professionals Network, OPK, thank you very much. And Sewa, also listening to us out there in Cantonment, says, can you ask him, Bola, what is his biggest mistake in life?
As I said earlier on, I lost quite a large amount of money.
Was it more than $100,000?
No, please. I don't know the value, but
you know it was large.
Yes, but I've learned a lot from that.
All right, and somebody says he wants you to be the MP for Impraiso. Which part of Kweu do you come from?
Impraiso.
Oh, okay, so that's why the person sent in that one.
Yeah, it's a no-go area.
It's a no-go area. So he says Ernest Chemist. He says no-go area. I want to know from him, Bola, please, is he comfortable now or he wants to do more for his country? Clearly, he wants to do more.
Sure, definitely.
For Ghana. And as we do that, we'll be activating the phone lines and getting to hear from you as well. You'll be joining us on 0302-231144, 0302-231145. We're celebrating the legend. Yes, Ernest Chemist, Ernest Bidiaku Sampon is our guest. And to our sponsors, GT Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank, we say thank you. Guarantee Trust Bank, would you rather bank with us? To Awake Purified Drinking Water, one for life, thank you very much. To Star Assurance, your solid partner, and to MTN everywhere you go. 4 great giants on the show. Yes, Star Chat. My name is Bolare, and we have a lot for you. We'll be going for a short commercial break, and when we return, your calls. It will also be some questions. We'll be talking about Kweu, life at Kweu, the serene, and is he doing something maybe before the commercial break? Are you putting up something in Kweu, maybe to set up a community center or do something or employ people in your company? I don't know your staff strength. Do you have people from Kweu coming to work for you and all?
Yeah, I think we've quite a number of them over there, but actually, though, he's the HR person.
Okay, who handles that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe there are quite of Kweu guys over there.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're not tribal.
Not tribal. So you cut across, and once you're competent, we'll just get you. And talk about some corporate social responsibilities. Now we call them investments and sowing the seed into the lives of people. Tell us about it. Anything that you've done. What is it that you look at to also do in your community?
Yeah. We've done a lot as far as corporate social responsibility is concerned. Recently, these doctors, there were these ONG guys who undertook a project in the Volta region. We'll give them some support.
Fantastic.
years back, there was this fire tender, whatever it is. That was so many years ago that we helped the Kwao fire, whatever it is, to purchase or build whatever, and my former school
at the Sunday College, yes. You give them a very huge, and donation. You did very well. You gave them what, a school van or bus?
A school bus, laptops, and
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How does it feel like giving back? For you, how do you see it?
I think, some of us have been very lucky. So I think it is our responsibility to make sure that the less privileged ones are taken care of and also be motivated.
Wow. Interesting. And when we get back, yes, we'll be picking up the calls and we'll be getting into his favorites. Is he a good cook? What is his favorite food? And really, that will ask Yao as well. We have some questions that we'll get into. But your Star Chat, my name is Bola. We're live in Kumasi on Ultimate 106.9 FM. In Takrady, you're listening to us on Empire FM. Of course, in Ho, it is Cool FM. And around the world, yes, around the world, on starfm.com.gh. We're coming back with more. Stay tuned. This is Star 103.5 FM.
Extraordinary radio for discerning listeners. Star 103.5 FM.
All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. You're simply the best station, Star 103.5 FM, and some top corporate organizations in Ghana will have a walk up the serene Abu Hills as part of events to celebrate the station's 5-year anniversary. The Star FM Corporate Walk comes off Saturday, 3rd August, 6:30 a.m. sharp from Ayi Mensah to Lodge Tavern up the Peduase, where we finish up with some aerobics and other fun-packed sporting activities. Getting staff to join the Star FM Corporate Walk is equal to making a decision for a healthier workforce for the organization. So, give us a call now to register on 0557 349 856 or 0544 001657. Media partners: Live 91.9 FM, Kasapa 102.5 FM, GH1 Television, and Agro Television. Star 103.5 FM. We are simply the best.
I need a bank account for my sister to transfer money into from my mother's sickness in your saying let's talk.
Hello, Daddy. This is Kwame.
Kwame, is everything alright?
It's your son, Kwame. Let me put him on loudspeaker, eh? Oh, Daddy, everything's okay. I'm just calling to remind you of my school fees. It seems you forgot to know.
You know what? I will let Aloto bring it to you at the school on Monday.
But Daddy, please send it through my GT bank account.
Hey, Kwame, where did you get the money to open the bank account?
Oh, Mommy, I don't have the best one. But with GT Bank, all I have to do is dial *737*1#. I answer a few questions and my account number is ready. I own a bank account even without one CD. Daddy, this one here is special.
Do you mean if I dial *737*1# on my phone, I'll be able to open an account with GT Bank?
Yes, Daddy.
Hey, this is special.
Hey, Daddy, please tell Mommy to also open an account with GT Bank.
Kwame, I've already opened the account. We'll talk later, okay? Bye.
Pick your phone and dial *737*1# and you are through. You don't need any money. Call us on toll-free 0800 124 000. Guaranteed Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? Why, just imagine, work is going on smoothly and then suddenly you hear your staff members shouting, "Fire! Fire! So you call the fire service, but they will take at least 10 minutes to get there, and the fire is not waiting on. You are trying hard to give them proper directions to your Lungu area.
Three dashes to your left or the right.
At this point, the fire is almost consuming your office. Hey, what will you carry now? Computers? Your money safe? Hey! That's why being a forward-thinking boss, I got a Starfire and Allied Pearls policy. Behind my peace of mind, behind my nothing can touch me attitude, has always been Star Assurance.
Behind a successful business is a Starfire and Allied Pearls policy. Sign up today. Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Why do you drink Awake Purified Drinking Water?
I drink to make hearts beat. I drink to put smiles on faces. I drink to soothe the hurt. I drink to make hearts awake. Why do you drink?
For every bottle of Awake purified drinking water you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center in Kolebu, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water, one for life. Another quality products from Kasapeko Company Limited, available in different sizes. For bulk purchase, please call 0262 351251. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Promo radio ayede. Some go so you so no. If you say MTN Echimachedia no, edia to table. Brand new Samsung 65-inch UHD Smart TV. Now brand new 2019 Hyundai. And for 3,000 Ghana there. You should be say mono. MTN mono. Still Misaka. The journey of 1,000 CDs e-cash every month. And a grand prize in 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe. In the MTN mono. Attend promo. It is signing on and keep using your MTN mono. Now when you pay, if it's happening, you see August only on Ghana's best network. Dial *120# check your points. Terms and conditions apply. Just Momo it. We're there for you everywhere you go.
Extraordinary radio for discerning listeners. Star 103.5 FM.
Right, and you're welcome back. Interesting one right here. And lots of messages for you. Ernest Bidiako Sample, welcome back.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And this one is from Safu, and Safu is in Anya. Safu says that congratulations to Ernest Bidiako Sample. May God continue to bless him and expand his territory. What Christian faith does he belong to? And that's from Safu in Anya. This one says, good evening, Bola. I'm Cantref George in Teshi. We're listening to you live, and I should tell you that yes, in loudspeakers. But please ask Mr. Ernest Bidiako some of the obstacles he had to go through in the course of achieving his goal. I think that he's actually enumerated a lot, so you got that one. And Ernest Chemist is my mentor. You can imagine, I salute his business anywhere I see it because I want to build a business empire like that. Well, I have one chemical store that I'm managing. My name is Kwame Akoto in Adesu. Okay, thank you, Kwame. Richard Akoto says, Bidiako, great guy, taking it cool from his father's feet. Bola, he will make you proud. I know, I feel proud working with this team. My name is Richmond Akoto. Okay, Isaac Stinger says that if all successful men in Ghana will have their children behave like what Ernest has done, no empire will ever crumble. We'll learn a lot from you. Kudos to him. Christine Amachi says, I am proud of his achievements. God will continue to bless him. Matthew Conan says, Bola, this man is a great man. First time hearing him talk on radio. Thanks so much, Star FM, and I'm assuring him that his company will be #1 in Africa soon. We are behind him. All right. Good evening, Bola. The story of Mr. Sample needs to be told. Is he writing a book? Are you writing a book? Are you documenting stuff?
We're looking at that.
We're looking at that. Okay. It's really inspiring, and I've learned that in life you shouldn't let the situations that you go through weigh you down. These are the people that the youth of Ghana should look up to. He should set up something for the youth. Okay. Well, I think that he will do that. And Lawyer Kodia Justin, he's the CEO of the Youth Employment Agency. Why he says that they're setting up the youth in pharmacy and they're going to talk to you to do some. So, Lawyer Kodia, yes, we got your message. Thank you. Please tell him that I want to have my national service in his company, laboratory to be precise. In 2020, I'm now in Takrady. My name is Anthony Darko Forsen. Okay, so he's seeing into the future. He says he wants to do his national service with you. Samuel Kwashi says, we salute him, we the workers from Okaishi. He's been our pillar. We say God bless him. Okay. Ibrahim Yaya says the first time I saw this man was at Lizzie Sports Complex. So simple. Wow. Thank you. And we're actually going to activate the phone lines and pick up calls. But before the phone calls, tell us, how do you relax? What kind of song do you listen to?
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite song?
Yes. By these guys, Sting, Ross Stewart, and Brian Adams.
Sting, Rod Stewart, and Brian. Which one is that?
Yeah,
all for one. Okay, wow. So we'll try and get you that one. Okay, is that it? I'll be the rock that you can build on. Are you that romantic?
Certainly.
Star 103.5 FM.
Let's make it all for one. Let the one you hold be the one you want. I love the lyrics to this one. Why this tune? Why is it your all-time favorite?
I love it.
You love it. So you can listen to it all day. Wow. When there's someone that you know, then just let your feelings show. Wow. I love the lyrics. Good one. So we're activating the phone lines. You can actually join us on 0302-231-144, 0302-231-145. And like we do, sometimes on the show when we have good entrepreneurs, we give them the chance to also employ people, maybe national service people, or we want you to give 5 sports places for people who are qualified, not just anybody, but as you pick a call, if you have a number that we can actually call, we want to help employ the youth out there, and it's a call. So maybe you handle operations. Do you have the permission to employ 5 people?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're giving the chance, and you give us the hotline when we come back. For people who want to work with Ernest Chemist, this is a rare opportunity. He's empowering you, and you should be up and doing. All right. We have Visach from Awudome as our first caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening, and you most welcome.
Good evening.
Many thanks for joining us from Awudome. Ernest Chemist is our guest right here, please.
By man.
Who's that?
By heart.
Said by search or by heart? Or?
No, the heart.
Okay, the heart. So put on the headphones. The hatch. Okay, the hatch. So your classmate. The hatch from Awudome. Ernest is here. He has his headphones. We can hear that.
So before you go, we are really proud of you.
Thank you.
I was a part of that to give you the messages that they are really proud of you.
I mean, the 74-year group.
Yeah.
As I've always said, I love that group. I love that group.
And you make it happy on the platform.
Thank you.
Wow. So what do you want to say to him as we celebrate him this evening?
We are proud of him. We meet sometimes at Better Square. We are really proud of Gaiman. So let's go. 24-year group are really proud of you.
At the Cyber Challenge.
I cannot call him. Yes. Okay. He's the guy.
Thank you very much. We're going to Augustine. Hello, Augustine. Hello, good evening. Do we have Augustine on the line now? Well, I think that we lost Augustine. We're trying to raise Augustine on the line. But yes, so you love what we played for you, all for love. What about locally? Which musician is your favorite? Do you listen to a High Life at all? You do?
I do.
Any favorites?
This one is it Daddy Kidi or what?
Dada Kidi.
Yeah.
Oh, you love Dada Kidi. Okay.
Yes, this particular one.
By Dada Kidi.
Yeah.
Okay. Dear. Right. We have a caller. We'll come back as you think. Williams is on the. Good evening, Williams.
Good evening, Bola. My name is Julius.
Oh, it's Julius rather, not Williams. Okay, so Julius from Nungwa. Julius, you're on air. Ernest Chemist is here, please.
I just want to say hi and may God receive blessing. That's what I want to say.
Thanks.
That's all I really want to say. Thank you so much.
God bless you too.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much. So be inspired. Know what you want and how to go for it. Give us a call, and the calls are coming through. Yes, 0302-231-144 or 0302-231-145. My production team, kudos to you, doing a great job juggling, the phone lines and getting us all the calls. We're going to Achim Aprade. Wow. And Amponsa, is that the name? Hello? Do we have Amponsa? Hello? Okay. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Bola.
Yes, is that Richard from Amasaman or is Amponsa?
Yeah, Richard Amponsa from Amasaman.
Okay, Richard, you're on air. Yeah, let's hear you, please.
Yeah. I want to say good evening to Mr. Ernest. Very cool. He used to be my former boss, and I like him so much.
Wow.
And his son, Yao, very cool. Right. And the whole family. I say thank you to him and the good work he's doing for Ghana. And we all respect him and give him the maximum respect.
Thank you. So from you to a boss, a former boss is still a boss. So that's why you call to salute him.
That's my boss. That's what I call him.
Thank you very much, Richard from Amasama. We thank you. Wow. So, hello, and who do we have on the line? Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Alex Omari.
Alex Omari from Kaswa.
Yes.
You're most welcome. Ernest Bediako Sampon, Ernest Chemist. The famed Ernest Chemist is here.
I want
Talk
to
to
say
us.
good evening, sir. And may God bless you for everything that you're doing for Ghana.
Thank you. God bless you too.
And Kwewu as a whole. The Kwewu people are very appreciated for everything that you've been doing for us, especially some of us, the young ones. We see you as a mentor, and we'll be glad if you maybe have a program to educate us more and empower us, not financially, but work to grow us up and motivate us in life. We really appreciate you. God bless you.
We'll do that.
Right.
Thank you.
So are we going to see a point where, like you said, you're not taking it easy? I want to see entrepreneurs, successful men and women in Ghana take to the road and empower our youth. I think that is somewhat lacking in Ghana. Yeah. We want to. Is this something that you like to take on, that initiative that EIB will say, well, we're taking 5 businessmen and women on the road to motivate our youth. Talk to 30,000 people, 10,000, 5,000.
Yeah.
Is this something you welcome?
Yes. It's something that I would love to do.
Just share
I haven't started doing that.
Fantastic.
As I was growing up, there were some guys who actually inspired me.
When you were growing up, tell us about some of the entrepreneurs back then that you looked up to.
Yes. Luckily for us, we have a lot of Kwewu guys who are into business or who were in business.
Okay.
Sian of Tata
Brewers.
Late Sian.
Okay.
He was my dad's very good friend. Whenever he came around, I said to myself, I wish, I would like to be like this guy.
Okay.
Yes, a very hardworking.
Wow. We'll come back and you tell us, the rich men or the wealthy men of old and the successful businessmen, and that we can all take inspiration from. But now Dinswa is joining us from Dansuman. Good evening now. Hello, man. Good evening. Too bad we lost you. Hello, man. Do we have you on the line?
Yes, please. I'm still on it.
Now Dinswa from Dansuman. Tete.
All
right, then go ahead. We have Ernest Chemist here now.
Okay, so that's my CEO in the studio.
Okay.
On behalf of the project team, we want to salute them to say God bless them. Good job they are doing. It's a pleasure working with them, and they are everything.
Oh, isn't that great? Great testimonial, great one, we should say. And thanks so much for celebrating him on the show right here on Star FM nowadays.
It's my pleasure.
Fantastic, isn't that? Yes. So great one, and people seem to love you, and that's why somebody sent a text earlier that you should get into politics, but you said no politics for you.
I'm not an expert in that.
Okay, who do we have on the line? Do we have a call on the line? Hello, Reginald.
Yes, please.
You're joining us from Odoko.
Yes, please.
Wow.
Ernest Chemist, Odoko Retail.
Ernest Chemist, Ernest Chemist, you guys have hijacked the show today. Wow, isn't that great? Odoko Retail. Fantastic. Your boss is here. Please celebrate him.
Good evening, boss. I would like to tell him Ayuko and God bless him and his family.
Wow.
Actually, I've learned one thing from my boss, that's humility. Humility, yes. Because I quite remember the first time that I was going to see him one-on-one. I was thinking of seeing one man with like 5 guards and securities all over. But like I saw a simple man.
Wow.
Very, very humble.
We should all learn from him. Isn't that great? Thank you very much, Reginald. We're going to Achema Prade. Amponsa, good evening.
Good evening, Bola.
Many thanks for your time. And you're calling from Achema Prade. Is that right?
Sure. Yeah, I'm calling from Achema Prade. I'm grateful for your program.
You're most welcome, sir.
You have really inspired me this evening. But then I'm an HND graduate and I'm unemployed for now. So I was wondering if
Yes, we're actually going to give the numbers out. So if you qualify, I'll bring in at this point Yao to tell us which hotline can we call. We want to give 5 places to 5 people. So actually we're employing 5 people at Ernest Chemist, and we have a hotline that you can call. Yes, Yao, can you help us with that?
The number is 0244 736 778. That's our human resource department.
Right. Yes. So 0244 736
778.
So really, if you're qualified, you want to work at Ernest Chemist, they're setting the pace. They are saying that come and let's do some business at our retail shops or in our office. 0244 736 778. So if you know of any relative or anybody that needs a job, Ernest Chemist says, well, we're here. Let's help build this country. Great country of ice. Faisal is on the line from Racecourse. Hello, Faisal.
Hi, Bola, good evening.
Good evening, my boss. You're most welcome on Star FM.
Yeah, thank you. Bola, first of all, I'd like to thank you. You have a nice way of trying to impact society.
We all have to play our part.
This avenue of creating employment for somebody you do not know what it's going to do to families and in the future. It's amazing how you try to help society. But my advice goes to Uncle Ernest's son.
Right.
We must rewrite history. This part of our world has always been the case that first generation businesses do not survive. We have our fathers, our mentors start businesses, they bring us on board, and then we don't let the businesses flourish. We need to change that narrative. If you go to this Asia, if you go to these Arab countries, Lebanese and all that, this is how they raise their kids. They get them fully involved in the businesses. And I mean, they are so well mentored into the business, and they are able to carry it through, And so I like for my young man there to take the business so seriously and help in rewriting history.
Isn't that great, Faisal? You said it all, and we said thank you. Jack is on the line from Accra. Good evening, Jack.
Hello,
Bola. Yes, Jack.
Yes, my name is Moro. I'm also part of Ernest Chemist. I manage one of his multinational brands.
Wow, which brand is that?
Yes. Omron Healthcare.
Omron Healthcare.
Yes, it's one of his multinational products that handles the BP monitor.
The BP monitor. So you are the what? You are the franchise for Ghana.
Yes,
so you bring Omron, machines to Ghana.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us about your experience working with him, Moro.
Yeah, he's a great man. Bolas, let me tell you, anytime you have opportunity to sit with him, he only don't talk the business. He also creates room to educate you and make you show the entrepreneur aspect of life. And trust me, I've always loved working with him, and I've learned a lot from him.
You've learned a lot. Isn't that great? Thanks so much for creating opportunities, Ernest Bidiako Sampon. I mean, look at it. People are just saying it, and it is out of love, and it's real. Our last caller will be Hakim Haruna from Kumasi. Good evening, Hakim.
Good evening.
Yes, Hakim, you're on air.
Okay. Bola.
Yes, Hakim.
I would want to say thank Mr. Ernest Bidiako because I am also a Santa Clausian. I decided to boy. And we, the 94-year group, in fact, we want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Ernest because he really helped us. And secondly, I also call him the grandpapa of pharmaceutical industry because I work with Bedita Pharmaceuticals. And Bedita is an offshoot of Ernest Chemist, or is from.
Okay.
We came under Ernest Chemist. So on behalf of my boss, Mr. Bidiako, which is his brother, and the staff of Bedita Pharmacy, we want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Ernest, because without him, I don't think Bedita would also be around. So we say big thank you.
Isn't this great? Today we're tracing the history and the way people are celebrating others out of Ernest Chemist. It's fulfilling and it's humbling. We thank you, Hakim Haruna from Kumasi. Thank you. Wow. So he says thank you as well. So you were taking us back into time of some industrialists, entrepreneurs when you were growing up that you looked up to. Yes. So you had You mentioned Siao.
Yes, Siao.
Which other names do you recollect?
WW. That's Wiafi. He was into timber contractor.
Okay.
He also owned this company, Novotex, and at the same time he was into tobacco.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
so that was Wiafi.
Yeah, Wiafi. Then Saka was from Abitifi.
Okay.
I think he was into this toffee.
Okay.
Black and white.
Enimado.
Enimado.
Oh, the famous Enimado.
Yes.
Okay. So that in your time you had what Boachi mattress and Mensa.
Yeah, those guys. I mean, these were guys that actually inspired. I mean, some of us into going into serious entrepreneurial development.
Wow. So now you look back and all of that. Tell us. I know maybe you have a cook, but do you cook?
Honestly,
do you know how to cook?
Yeah, I mean,
to save your life.
I mean, some years back, I mean, at the university, I was cooking, but these days,
cooking what?
Oh, what is it? Jollof rice.
Can you do that now?
Wachi.
Oh, you used to do that. Okay.
But I haven't done that for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your favorite place in Accra that you love to hang out. Where do you go?
I mean, okay, I prefer restaurants too.
Oh, restaurants.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, especially Pazo.
Okay, Pazo.
Yeah. Then La Chaumière.
La Chaumière. That's around airport.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you love the restaurants?
Yeah, I do.
Do you love parties?
I do, of course.
Oh, you do.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if you were around for my
60th birthday.
Yeah,
right.
It was a big one.
Wow. So you love parties.
Yeah, I do.
And you have a beautiful home. I should salute you for that. I mean, in Kwao, lovely home that you have.
Thank you.
You put that up at age what?
I think it's about 20 years ago.
Oh, so maybe in your 40s, right?
Yeah, about that age.
Lovely. Have you purchased your dream car yet? Have you?
No, I'm not actually
into cars.
A fan of that. You know, I have a Bentley.
Okay.
I mean, it is for the kids.
Well, the kids use the Bentley.
I mean, they actually. I mean,
you want to get a Rolls Royce?
Not really. I'm not
a car freak.
No.
Okay.
Even with that, they actually pushed us into
getting a Bentley. Was it for your 60th?
No, it was before.
Before. Wow. Your favorite place outside Ghana will be where?
Outside Ghana, UK.
In the UK. Yeah. What is it about the UK that makes you feel at home apart from Ghana?
Yeah, that was the first place outside Africa that I visited. And on top of that, I have a home.
Okay, right there in the UK.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of, the business partners are over there.
All right. So your biggest business partner is... You used to bring Lucozade into town. Yeah. You're no more doing that? The franchise?
Yeah, we lost actually GSK. A Japanese company.
So GlaxoSmithKline.
Yeah.
Okay, they've sold it to a Japanese company.
Yes, but we're working with.
You're working. Okay.
Novartis, Hoffman LaRoche, Johnson & Johnson, Merck, quite a number of the ethical multinational companies.
There's a hawker on the street who's now brokering deals with Johnson & Johnson and big pharmaceutical, names. Yeah. The first one you actually got a partner from outside to say, well, Ernest, we're giving you the franchise for Ghana. How do you feel?
It was great. But the thing is, we had actually worked for it, so it wasn't that surprising when, we're informed that, look, we're going to do this business together.
Wow. Before we go, we have a mystery question that we'll just let you read out. But from father to son, as you pass on the baton, as you anoint him with the oil, and which you've already done. Yao, Bidiako, I want to know from you. And by the way, Yao gave me my first, pharmaceutical advert to shoot way back, like 15 years ago or something.
Yes.
I remember so well. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, Bola.
Yes, I've never gotten the chance. I thanked you back then, but again, After many years meeting up,
it was a great ad.
It was a great ad. Yes.
Thank you.
We went on to win an ad, so I mean an award. So it's great. Yeah. But tell me about your plans for the company now, because like many have intimated, the onus is on you and your siblings to make your dad proud. Not just your dad, but the country. Everyone is looking up to you. I know it's a huge one. You wake up with all sorts of ideas and how you want to take this business the next step. Now you're going to build a $50 million plus, plant, or what do you call it, factory. What are your plans for the business?
I mean, first of all, I mean the success of Ernest Chemist, we attribute it to God. And also, it's important that we don't put too much pressure on ourselves. I mean, every day that we wake up, we try to keep things very simple. You know, Ernest, has set a very high standard. You know, sometimes, like I was saying earlier, I mean, we benchmark ourselves, to what he's done, and there are days that we fall short, and sometimes if we fall short, I mean, it's not to beat ourselves down. It's to do everything, maybe. Whether it's small steps we're taking every day, there are days that are good, there are days that are bad,
right?
But I mean, it's like I was saying earlier, it's just to be patient. The results,
one day at a time.
One day at a time, the results is going to come. So when one thing, our business it's very dynamic, and initially learning every day, trying to understand what customers are asking for, and when the business changes, you also have to be quick to react to it and change as well. So
isn't this great? Even before you continue, I want to ask you, there was a point about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, people thought that Ernest Chemist had gone under, you're gone down, things were not going, then all of a sudden you exploded.
Yeah, I mean, it's a typical business cycle. Sometimes, after you've done so much, maybe it becomes a little bit outmoded. Sometimes you need to go back, step back, strategize, research, and rethink. So we were sort of like, we're sort of like in the lab phase where we're putting things together. And like Ernest Chemist, we like to keep things simple. We don't like to blow our trumpet and all of that. And when everything was ready, we came out with these shops, and like you said, with this new facility that we're putting up, and we already.
So this new facility, because you have that plant already in 2000 that you set up, which is
that's the first,
equally competitive, the first of its kind, and now you're moving to the next phase.
Yes,
forecasting and foresight, and you have that foresight that look, in 10 years there will be that demand for it.
Definitely, and earlier, I mean, like Ernest is saying, he says the agenda, he says the strategic vision, and we are sort of like the servants or the foot soldiers, so it's like taking like little steps every day. And like you said, we're putting up this plant. Is probably one of the first of its kind, in
Africa,
in Ghana, and probably maybe some parts sub-region, as well, and we're trying to lift the standard quite high. So we're working on it. Hopefully next year, God willing.
So next year that will be commissioned. It will be ready. So we started building it.
Yeah, it's work in progress. Yes, it's work in progress already. It's work in progress. Yes.
Big vision, audacious goals, and we salute you. Yes, before we go, it's time for our mystery question, and here we are.
And now, the mystery question.
So here we are with it, and yes, what's the question, please? Mr. Bidiako Sampon, what do you have right there?
Who are your 2 most admired CEOs in Ghana?
Yes, your 2 most admired. You'll be winning the Emmys.
Yes, actually, I admire this gentleman, the CEO of Casa
Precon. Okay, wow. Yeah, that's Dr. Kwabneje.
Yeah, I admire the gentleman.
Ever met him?
Not really.
So I'll make that meeting possible. I think it's my KPI that Ernest will meet, Casa Precon. 2 great brands, and his son is also doing well, trying to mentor his son to get into the business, and he's the CEO as well. I think you have a lot in common.
I think so.
Wow. So Dr. Kwabna AJ of Casa Precon,
and then Mr. Banfo of Alisa Hotel.
Seconds.
Yes.
Wow. So Mr. Banfo of Alisa Hotel, that's Seconds Paint as well, right? Yeah. And then Dr. Kwabna AJ of Casa Precon. Wow. Tell us about your biggest regrets in life. If any. That is how we do it here on the show. Your biggest regret. I've got you thinking. Tell us about it. You want to share? Yes, as we do this and we wrap up, maybe tell us about your biggest regret. What would that be? And yes, still thinking about it.
As I said earlier on, I lost some big money.
Right.
You know.
Hey, this money there is big. Oh.
yeah.
But you're still on your feet.
Of course.
Thank God.
Entrepreneurs, we are not. I mean, these things definitely happen.
Right.
So if it happens to you, just take it as it comes.
Interesting. Yeah. The youth of Ghana, and of course, a lot of people are listening to you, but especially for the youth. As we wrap up, your message for us will be what?
Yeah. As I've always said, I mean, opportunities abound. You know, you should open your eyes. But in business, what is equally important that one, I mean, you must be patient. You must be honest. See, honest in the sense that, reliable, creditworthy. You know, I remember some years back, you know, I had this supplier in UK. You know, I one day asked him a question. I knew the answer. Brian, why do you give me credit? I said, look, Ernest, I know you pay. This day you pay and you pay. Unlike some other people outside the country, I mean our country, you will not give even a penny.
Wow.
So it's very important that we are very honest in whatever we do. I mean, we should be a bit patient, we should be focused, you know, we should also be committed wherever, I mean, we find ourselves, that is business. And we must be a bit wise in the sense that, you know, I mean, those days, as I said earlier, I could have built, you know, a house.
But you plowed back the money.
Rather, I mean, delayed that.
Right.
I wasn't bothered when I was living in my in-laws' house. I mean, I had all sort of insults, but I wasn't bothered. Now, I can actually accomplish a lot of these projects, or you know, I mean, undertake, I mean, all kinds of projects.
Matter of fact, you are comfortable.
Of course.
Ernest Ernest Chemist, thank you very much. It's been an honor.
Okay, thank you, Bola.
Having this great interview with you, a dream come true as well. And we'd like to say thank you to the exclusive Man of the Year award winner, to the CIMG Marketing Man of the Year. Yes, he won Company of the Year as well, Retailer of the Year, Manufacturing Company of the Year, Excellence in Customer Service, and Brand of the Year at the just ended 2019 Ghana Farmer Awards. And next time you're at the Airport City, visit the Nesta Square. That's the owner we just interviewed. Nesta is Ernest, just, you know, scrambled up, and that's what it is. And many of you who are saying that yes, you want to work there, 0244-736-778, or you can send a mail to info@ernestchemist.com. That's info@ernestchemist.com. And you are in there. Thank you all for joining us. It's been another interesting edition. Thanks to you. My name is Kwabena Anochiadisi, also known as Bola. To my entire team, you are so dedicated and committed. I salute you. Thank you all for joining us. God bless us all. We're out.